What up? What up? This is Rick with the Legacy Brew Pub, and today I'm gonna kind of casually run through an introductory to Reanimator. A lot of people have been requesting me like just an introduction to the deck, like, hey, how do you play? What am I doing? What am I trying to do? Stuff like that. So here's what is kind of becoming a pretty stock list. We got a Archon of Cruelty, Ashen Rider. I got 2 Thoughtseizes. I'm running 3 Grief, which is a little bit more than usual. Most people are running 0 to 2. I'm trying out 3. And I have 3 Unmask. 12 Reanimate spells. These are the Enablers, most commonly known as the Enablers. Reanimate is an A plus B combo. A being Entomb, B being Reanimate, A plus B. You can have multiple A's, Faithless Looting, multiple B's. But that's the heart of the deck. I am running Show and Tell on the sideboard, trying it out. I got 3 instead of 4. I have 3 Wear Tear instead of 2. That's kind of like what a lot of talk is. 3 Silence instead of 4. Some of the sideboard cards here. Silence is mostly for decks that are going to have a bunch of sideboard and mainboard answers to our combo. So something that runs like Force of Will, Force of Negation, Swords to Plowshares, Endurance, whatever. Just a whole bunch of answers. This will just cut it off real quick, and then we'll kind of bury them in card advantage. Serenity is here. Serenity is only in for decks that used to play Chalice of the Void and Leyline of the Void, but since Chalice is kind of on a downtick, Serenity just acts as like our 4th copy of Wear Tear. We'll hardly ever bring in like all 5 in one match. Wear Tear is here, mostly for Leyline of the Void if it still comes in, and sometimes if we don't know what their sideboard is, just bring this in and we'll try and catch both. Shenanigans is one I've been bringing in like nonstop all the time. It's pretty much like, I don't know, maybe 60 to 70% of my sideboarding is just this one card, or this single card in like something else. One of our fatties. We have 3 fatties. Archetype of Endurance, Sarah's Emissary, and Iona. Iona's in to name white usually, or black for like ad nauseam decks or whatever. Sarah's Emissary is in as a catch-all whenever we need her to be a catch-all. It's a really cool card. Archetype, if they have a lot of targeted removal, this is good. And Show and Tell is in same kind of idea as Silence. If they have a bunch of answers and we don't know like what their answers are, like let's say they have like Crop Rotation, Endurance, all kinds of stuff like that, then we bring Show and Tell in and try and bury them a card advantage again. That's just kind of a brief overview of the deck and how it works. This is sort of going to be an introductory video. I'm just going to run 3 games. I've recorded like 10 leagues, and I've been pretty unhappy with all of my results so far. So I'm just trying this out, trying to keep my runtime fairly low. I don't want a 2-hour video on 5 Reanimator games. So this will definitely be like a reoccurring kind of league idea. If you like it, just let me know. Like I said, this is going to be a bit more introductory. I'm not a pro player, so if I make a mistake along the way, we're going to be learning together. But I am a big fan of grinding this deck. I really like to grind it. It's a really fun deck. It's very difficult to play. Probably up there in terms of like skill intensive decks to play. Not necessarily on game 1, but games 2 and 3. You can win game 1 all day. Like whether or not you win the set, that's what I care about. So, yep. We'll run a few games and we'll see what we learn along the way. I'll be back for round 1. And we are back for one more game. General idea of Reanimator is that we mostly want to get a Gristlebrand on turn 1 or 2. That's kind of our starting point. In this hand, since we're playing, this might be Doomsday. Doomsday is real good. Inquisition is not Doomsday, so that's fun. They're probably going to take our Enabler here. That's, I think, the best choice. Yep. Scalding Tarn, Underground Sea, Inquisition of Kozilek is not something I see very often. Of note, Inquisition does not take Murktide regions. Not sure why you would play it. But yeah, as I was saying, Reanimator just wants a turn 2 Gristlebrand, so the difficulty comes in when that's not always an option. Sideboarding is super hard. Shit, even keeping your first hand is super hard. They did not shuffle off that ponder. Right? So, is this kind of like a weird storm with Inquisition? What are these like little merfolks holding? It's like air? This is like pretty far underground though, underwater for air. All right, this card's sweet. Especially if we get some sort of enabler here. If they cast Doomsday, I'm going to be upset. I'm going to understand. I'm going to be upset though. No, they did not. All right. There have been too many games where a connecting Ragavan has hit either Reanimate or Animate Dead, and they've taken my Gristlebrand. I could have used that spell. Damn it. It is very tilting. There's nothing worse than seeing a Delver player with a Gristlebrand in play because they have a 2-1 monkey. Not a big fan. Although I'm not sure that this is like ban worthy. What is this? Look at this. Swords of Plowshares and Gulligan's Command. Like, this guy's definitely running Days for sure. So 3, 5, 6, 7. We're 1 mana away from hardcasting this. I can flashback Faithlessly. I don't think that's a bad idea. Two open mana, so they can force this. They can Daze. Yeah, force is not a bad option there. I still can't reanimate anything. Yeah, I don't think like waiting and hardcasting Archon would have been better there. I'm not sold that we're even going to have many lands here. I think we're getting pretty lucky not getting wastelanded so far, though. Are they casting Vendilion Click now? I am not sure what this deck is at all. They're waiting for my draw step to cast Vendilion Click? No? Okay. They just fetched for fun? I am not sure what is going on here. Now we're cooking. Let's see. I want like all these spells. We'll get rid of Exhume. I'm gonna clear the way with Grief. For sure. I'm not going to be able to draw a bunch of cards because I'm only going to be able to get Archon in play. I'm thinking maybe I get rid of Exhume or Animate Dead here. I think the answer is Exhume. You can just hardcast Grief with a Dark Writ and a second land, obviously. That would be better, but here my opponent should know that, like, hey, I'm doing something with my mana. If you're going to cast your Force the Negation with your 3 open mana, then you got to make a move. But you can't because it's a creature. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. Okay. So discard. Enemy dead. I sure would love to reanimate that monkey there. All right. So they have themselves a nice nothing sandwich. They have no creatures. They have no cards in hand. I'm not sure why you would ever play a deck like this in Legacy. Ah, I'm going to slap the shit out of that Planeswalker. I'm not even kidding. Like, that Planeswalker is going to die so hard. Arcana Cruelty is, like, really good. As a secondary reanimate target, like, they chose not to shuffle and they kept the land. So that whatever they have on top is what they actually wanted. And I'm going to guess it's the swords. Swing in first. Go ahead and attack them. What's funny is this all happens in order. Like, it happens the way I would appreciate it happening. And they just lost 6 life. That's so brutal. So I want the Unmask. I don't think I want the Gristlebrand. I think I appreciate the Entomb. So I'll go like that. So now it's whatever they kept with Ponder. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Snap, Plow. Okay. If I reanimate this monkey, I'm going to be so happy. Get in there. What do I want? I think I'm going to put another Faithless in just for next turn or something. But I sure as hell will just take a Gristlebrand. They probably have Lightning Bolt, so if I pay 7, I'll go down to 5. Go down to 6. So, Dark Red here. I'm going to unmask and I'm going to put Ashen Rider in the bin. Do I do that? I'm going to take that Ragavan. I'm going to take that Ravagan so hard. Right in the face. Destroy. Blue Saurus and around C. I think that's right. So what one single card and what is this? This is just Sans green, 4-color junk. I have no idea what this deck is. Strix and the Strix is tech. Gangsta. So let's see. We get in with the monkey and we get in with the Ashen Rider. Ashen Rider is going to die and take out a creature. And yeah, let's do it. The monkey is so annoying. Okay. We created a treasure token. I'm not sure how they get out of this. So they got Jace the Mind Sculptor, maybe. Jace would be kind of annoying. I could see them. That'd be a good draw. I want to sacrifice my treasure right now. Dang it. So I don't know what to bring in against these bad boys, but like I was saying earlier, Shenanigans is probably going to be it. I think Archetype, because, or maybe Sarah's Emissary for instant. We saw both Culligan's Command and Swords to Plowshares. I don't think they're going to have any enchantment-based graveyard hate. I do think that they will have artifact-based graveyard hate. Soul God Lantern, Relic of Progenitus. Anything that targets myself and not them, because they also seem pretty graveyard-centric. I wonder if this is a show and tell kind of matchup. I don't think so. I like siding out Thoughtseize if I don't know exactly what my opponent's going to be doing, because then it's like it's a lot less necessary. Grief is free, and it does the same thing. I think it may be just kind of like this and roll the dice. Could see bringing in a second wear tear just because like I don't know what's going on. But I'm going to submit it like this. And all we got to do is win this one, and we just win it all, baby. Easy peasy. Oh, I accidentally clicked mulligan. Gosh darn it. Well, I'm keeping this one now. My mouse hit a bump on the desk. I make a lot of misplays. That was a pretty okay hand too. Dang. What are you gonna do? Ragavan. Nice. If we get an Entomb here, we have a bit of a combo. We don't. We do not get the Entomb. Getting rid of Dark Ritual and maybe Exhume? Land. We'll draw more lands. We'll figure out the rest later. So they're running like Swords to Plowshares, Ragavan, Culligan's Command, but also like Hymn to Turok we saw. This is a greedy deck. They got rid of what? Blue to Delta. It's like discount Strifle Pile. Like Walmart version of Strifle Pile. Not even Walmart version, like Dollar General. Strix. You got it. I'm gonna go ahead and just take a peek, a little looky-loo. I like my own Rav game. That'd be cool. I take Rav, and then reanimate it. Oh, those block with stupid Baleful Strix. But then I do get Strix and Rag myself. That's pretty gangster. I'm like pretty set on just taking Force of Negation, and if we draw a, we're not hurting for life total at all. If we draw any sort of like Entomb effect, we're set. We Gucci. Takes a Gristlebrand, whatever on that. Wow. Like 2021 Magic has a lot going on. It's kind of absurd. Still no good plays. And they play Teferi Time Reveler. This is just a bunch of wild cards, man. This guy's definitely happy with his deck. Like Rag definitely like turns on a lot of stuff. We got a Thoughtseize proof hand. They can do a lot. They're starting to get a lot of treasure tokens now. Like, I wonder if casting the old Gristlebrand is going to be difficult after all. Archon of Cruelty is busted, man. Like, we land that. And they got a Force Will? I don't think we're coming back from here. Oh, we're just going to discard 2 cards. It's been a while since I played against Narset. I didn't see any hate that game. Iona just ain't going to do shit. What color do you even name? Blue? I don't even know. I think blue? Like, they got to play Jace, right? I'm not going to bring Iona. I'm just going to keep it like this. The only thing I'm wondering about is just shenanigans. I'm going to keep it in just in case. I'd rather have it than not, and not need it. Ooh. Alright, if we draw a land, we're in business. We're just going to go Entomb, Reanimate, and they kept 7. Like I said, I'm not a pro player, so don't come at me, bro. I do like that our Chancellor bubble is a bit of kind of a soft Thoughtseize in the sense that they get to choose what they're discarding. So there they chose Ragavan. They broke our Chancellor seal, which means they either want it broke for this next turn, or they drew a reason for it to be broken. So we're gonna get to see on that right now, actually. But keeping that opener with only 1 land, that's there's a lot of difficulty for sure in this game for reasons like that. Like you gotta mulliganing is really, really, really hard. Strix. Copy that. I may even just swing in with Reanimate Chancellor here. Keep the Gristlebrand back. I'm not drawing anything, that's for sure. No. I do like Archetype. I'll take that. So I'm going to go down to 2. I don't hate it. No, they could have drawn a force, and then I'm just needlessly exposing myself. Although their opportunity for coming ahead is slowly making its way out. Dress down would get rid of all these abilities on Baleful Strix. He's gonna bounce my Animate Dead. That's cute. I like it. Yep. Now I might actually grab that Chancellor of the Annex. Can't cast anything, so I'm gonna go down to 3. I'll go down to 2. Sorry, I forget. It's a 7/7 that draws 7. We pay 7 for 8 because you got to keep creatures fair or whatever. I think we may have locked him out. I don't know if he actually played this Underground Sea. I see the Underground Sea there, but I just can't remember if I forgot to click it out or not. Agavan? Oh, what a gangster. All right. Unfortunately, I cannot activate the Bristlebrand. I would be dead on what is known as the crackback. I got that going for me. What I can do is play an Underground Sea and pass. I do suppose there's a small window there where they could have played Call Against Command and paid the tax and then killed me. Oop. So there's a non-zero chance that Reanimate or Animate Dead will pop up off of this, and he'll just grab my archetype. But he got a Gristlebrand instead. 6 mana open. But if he's for some reason packing Dark Ritual, which I don't doubt for a second, cast that instead. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Let's do it. A second to Fairy. Okay. Boop. Play right there. I need to get more Chancellors in play. What's he gonna bounce? Gristlebrand? Yep. 2, 4, 6 mana. I'm opting to go face here instead. I can just now the pressure's on him. Teferi's a ways away from mattering. I do need like a faithless looting really bad right now. That would help out a lot. I'm one Lotus Petal away, I think, from hardcasting Chancellor. So I'd have 1, 2, and a third Lotus Petal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, cast a hardcast Chancellor if we draw a Petal. I guess I can also just hardcast this Crystal Branding pretty soon. Dark Ritual gets me the Crystal Brand. All right, I'm officially out of like fetchables. Got a scrub. I got a Badlands. These don't even do anything. So he left up some combat tricks. I don't know what he left up. You could have anything. You could just have like sword snaps swords that doesn't do anything. I don't know. I don't know what he can have, but Icewind Coldle maybe? No, he doesn't have any snowlands. Both at the very. Don't know why. No blocks. It's fair. Let's see. So he had me down to 4. He's like lightning bolt. I don't know why I played that Delta. I didn't need to play it. So ain't looking good for the home team. Turns out all you need to do to lose the game is just draw nothing but lands and giant creature spells. And typically with the boar, you don't want Animate Dead because that kind of defeats the purpose. Marsh Flat, that's nice. Got rid of another land. He animates exactly what I wanted to see. I don't know why I played that land. There were a couple of punts here, and by a couple I mean like a lot, a lot of punts. Sweet. You know what I love? Just drawing multiple fatties, lands, and reanimate spells. Did we get there? Swords targeting Snapcaster. Go up to 5. Down to 1. Crack fetch land in response, please. All right, we got there. I don't know how we did, but we did. I played everything under the sun. Jesus Christ. Our draw steps were not lining up very well for us. I'm happy we got there. We'll be back for the next one. And we are back. Lost the coin toss again. Darn. Almost a perfect hand. Hand is not good enough to go to like discard, Chancellor. Our major hits would be like Entomb, and that's it. So we're gonna toss that back. We can do better. This is better. We're gonna keep this. So, like, I for sure want 2 reanimate spells, the Entomb. I want the lands. These are my weak cards. I think I'm gonna put back a land, and I think we can draw one. So we're gonna put our opponent on notice. Say, hey, you got to break this Chancellor Seal if you want to do something. His name is McPoner, which is a kind of funny name. McPoner. Almost like McBoner. They let on Wasteland, which is like, hey, guess whether or not I'm a Force of Will deck? Probably a Force of Will deck. So, like, what I'm wondering here is, I don't think there's any incentive to go ahead and jam combo right now, so I'm just gonna pass. And I don't think there's an incentive to jam because sorry, I don't think there's an incentive to jam because we're not losing anything by waiting. They broke Chancellor Seal. I'm gonna pull a black. I'm gonna search up a black. I'm gonna go ahead and entomb here, I think. How many lands did they play this turn? Cast Exploration. Plays Grove, Cast Exploration, plays Ghost Quarter. Okay, so they're out of. They could still have Endurance. These decks will occasionally play Endurance. I'm gonna go ahead and jam here because I don't think that our draws are getting any better. I also see that they're F6. I get it. I just drew 7 cards and not a single land, so that's amazing. Go ahead and remove that. Life in the Loam. Yeah, ports. We're not going anywhere for a while. Let's do this. Are you kidding me? Like, Jesus Christ. All right. Oh my God. All right. This is crazy. I have never in my life been kind of boned so hard. So we're going to want this Ashen Rider. This Ashen Rider is going to be clutch. Think about spending these two, putting this in play. Moving to discard. Fatty, Bobatty. Banana Fana, Bobatty. Let's see. So get rid of Reanimate because I don't know if coming in for you anytime soon. They're not going to have. We got 2 Griefs, 2 Chancellors. These guys have 2 ports, so we're not going to good old Mercedes Mass Rishadan port. Blue black, just because. What are you going to do? Yeah, so they are live to a Mazavith effect. That's what they're going for. They play a Wasteland. That's okay. Let's see what they do here. I think this is actually kind of hard. All right. Boom. Never didn't have it. So we're going to put them down to 6. Well, all right. They can crop rotate. They're pausing like they have it. Yep. Maze. Oh, Caracas. That's even better. All right. So what I want is this Archon of Cruelty in the graveyard. I'm going to do my best to make that happen. Okay, so dang, took their 1 Valakut exploration. That's brutal. But necessary. I'm very happy to do it. All right, and they're dead on board. You can take my Gristlebrands. Yep. That's about sending a message. Message received, buddy. They don't blank my graveyard. All right, they return Life from the Loam because they're going after Mazavith. That was their best chance of getting it. This guy's a really good player. I'm not looking forward to game 2. We got him here. There's nothing he can do. So they land decks will be running mostly just Endurance, crop rotation. The little elvish reclaimer, I think. Is that the one that cycles the land? I don't know if they're going to be running like any cute graveyard hate, like a one of Grafdigger's Cage or something. I'm going to double check lands list, popular lands list. I'll be right back. All right. And we're back. So I Googled it, and the most common cards used are Fairy Macabre, Endurance, some play Mindbreak Trap, Sphere of Resistance, stuff like that. So we're on the draw. For sure bringing in Archetype. Archetype and Ashen Rider are great. Archon of Cruelty actually isn't too good here. I don't mind bringing in something for the spheres. Go down. I'd rather have that. Try something like this. I think this might be good. We'll give it a shot. Entomb, no payoff spell, so no reanimation spell. Let's see. They're mulliganing down to 6. All right. This is good. I'll keep this. This hand is pretty much perfect. Close. I mean, on the play, game 1, this is great. Game 2, I'm not so convinced. This Chancellor Bubble might help us. It might not. I don't know. They could just play Mox Diamond, like land, Mox Diamond, discard a land. Pay for the diamond, pay for a Grafdigger's Cage. Boom, we're done. I think never didn't have it. I'm going to unmask, removing Animate Dead, targeting you. And let's see, they had a Sphere and a Sylvan Library. I'm going to go ahead and take that. So they have a Maze of Ith, which kind of leads me to like want to get Archon of Cruelty because we'll just still hit them for 3. Nah, we're going to get Gristlebrand. We're going to take this library. Like, we're drawing 14 cards here. Never didn't have it. Easy peasy. All right, so we do have the Faithless Scoot. We're trying to get our Archetype of Endurance, and we're not there. We got 2 Chancellor the Annexes, though. And not enough mana to reanimate 2 of them, unfortunately, but I will next turn. So I'm going to go ahead and reanimate 1 of them. And then I'll pass turn. Guess 1 Gristlebrand in the graveyard never hurt anybody. You know, if they have Caracas or something. Oh, that is what we need. That is what's up. So next turn they can play their Sphere of Resistance. we're gonna entomb for that archetype of endurance. I think we might have this pretty much on lock. If they go for that sphere line, taking the green card also cuts them off of endurance, depending on their draw steps. Like they'd have to have run a green. And they didn't. So, and this is the first time they're breaking the Chancellor seal. That's kind of crazy. I totally forgot about that. If this were a paper tournament, I'd be like, yeah, sure, Mox Diamond. So we're gonna cast our Entomb here. I think we got him. There ain't a lot they can do, kind of. Just how it be sometimes, my man. Is that Xaxes too? Savage. It was a pretty strong showing against lands. I don't know if our opponent kept the best hand, but we'll be back for another round. And we're back. We're on the draw again. This hand's pretty weak. No payoff spell. They begin the game with 7, so Entomb is so strong. So's Thoughtseize, though. So's Chancellor. Like a 12 outer sucks. Trying a Faithless Looting into something else is pretty good. This hand's, I would say, borderline to unkeepable, so I'm going to mulligan. Alright, this is much better. We're going to keep this. Back that pedal. Done. Chancellor, show me what you got. Show me what you got. It is now 3:30 in the morning, and everybody is just up to no good online. I do suppose it would be better to lead on grief, just in case they did want to get cheeky and can't counter my Faithless Looting here. Yeah, they did want to get cheeky. Alright, well, I'm gonna say, show me what you got. Okay. Or show and tell deck with Caracas, because why not? I think we're pretty heavily favored here, game 1 versus show and tell. My opening hand wasn't the best, though. They got Caracas. That's just kind of rude. They kept Flooded Strand Caracas opener. It's just scratch to the bottom. That's good. I'll reanimate this grief now or later. I think now. I don't think there's any reason not to. Another show and tell, so they're down 2. That's good. You take your ponder. So they still need an A and a B. Ooh. And a land. We need an A, B, and an A subsect 3.0. Subparagraph 2. Subparagraph 3, for sure. Because they already got subparagraph 1 and subparagraph 2. I don't know if we're ever going to get 2 more lands this game. We'll see. You can't ponder it. So they chose not to shuffle off the Ponderino. And if they do show and tell, I'm for sure putting this Chancellor in. You got Impulse. Impulse is great. Impulse was like way worse before the functional errata. It used to say like, look at the top 4 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, put the rest on the bottom, and then shuffle. I'm like, why would you do that? It's not what it was intended to do. Oh my god, Chuck. Why would you shuffle your library after you ordered it? Alright, they're schmoving now. They got some lands, they got some spells, they got a lot going on, man. Yeah, so they still can't cast their little Ice Fang Coatls. I do like Gristlebrand. Give me some of that action. Mm, 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 mm. So is Gristlebrand better here or is Chancellor? I'm thinking that it's Chancellor because my life total is so low. This puts them off. They have to have an additional land just to cast Show and Tell now. And then they have to have the Show and Tell. And then they have to have a payoff card. So like their runners need to be pretty hot. And we'll just get Gristlebrand next turn. You know, we're not in a hurry. Right now we're boning them pretty good. They still got Caracas too. So it's like if you reanimate Gristlebrand when they have Caracas, then it's just like you're taxing their lands additionally, so it's good with Chancellor the Annex. Alright, sideboard. I'm partial to Iona on blue. It is a legendary creature, so I don't like that. Still gonna put her in though. I am gonna bring in the shenanigans. As I've said like 100 times. Most of these decks are just running artifacts. Like now's a really good time to start leaning into the shenanigans. I wonder if Silence is any good. Chuck, do you think Silence is any good? Oh my god, Chuck. That's a Dave reference. I don't know if anybody watches Dave. It's a great show on Hulu. It's funny as hell. Sure want these two. Let's see. I just can't tell if like that's kind of what I want to be doing. I think Iona might be a bit of a win more card right now. I think I'm going to try it like that. We're going to go out Ashen Rider, out of Thoughtseize, and out of Chancellor. We're going to try it like that. Now they have like total soul read and they just go like, dang, this hand's like good. It's not like lit. It's not like lit. It's kind of thick. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna Thoughtseize. Soft Thoughtseize. Determine your moves with the Chancellor bubble. see. I'm going to get a Badlands. And I might just Thoughtseize. Alright, so solve the equation. Show and tell and orange chant. That's funny. I don't know. How do you guys feel about the orange chant versus silence? Like we're never going to be able to pay the kicker, obviously, but the part where it just like, first off, it's orange chant. What a classic card. Like, totally gangster. I think I might just prefer orange chant. It's like one white, it does the same thing. It says target player can't cast spells this turn. And then, you know what? Maybe the second part will be relevant at some point. I don't know. I don't know you. Right, so. Oh my god, Chuck. Do you think they did it? Do you think they drew a counterspell? I don't think they did. All right. They did draw the best card in the format, though. That's pretty good. They drew Legacy Ancestral Recall. That's gangster. I mean, now this crappy hand is just going to be fucking lit. They can do whatever they want. I'm going down to 2. I don't care about your hand. Yes, targeting you. Removing Gristlebrand. Brainstorm. Oh, yep. Well, that wasn't a bad showing from Show and Tell or Reanimator here. We had some pretty powerful plays. Fairly consistent. You can see how punting really, really crushes your soul just down to the bone. It just hurts so bad. It's a super difficult deck to play. Like when you are sitting here and you're just making like 100 decisions on cards that they could potentially have, and then you're just like zoning, like you're just like they only have endurance, and then they like crop rotate. You're like, God damn it! I knew they had crop rotation. I just forgot. Yeah, super difficult deck to play. Strongly recommended, though. It takes a little bit of grinding to get used to it, you know. But if you liked my little tutorial here, please leave me a comment. Let me know. I got a lot of requests to just give a little introductory, and I hope this is kind of an introductory. I'll keep improving for sure over time. Just in terms of like not saying all the time and playing more consistently and saying out my thoughts and stuff. So I'm still learning. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope you had a good time. We're going to play some more Reanimator. I'll be back for another league. Keep it sleazy. Bye, Beezy.